Good evening everybody and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and also sponsored by digitalmotorsports.com. So this is the final round of this championship from Circuit de la Sarthe. Guys out on track at the moment putting in their qualifying laps. Callum on provisional pole with a lap time of 3 minutes 35.151. The next championship will be starting on a Sunday on the 23rd of May. Doing things a little bit different for that championship. On the commentary, it won't be a live stream on the night, but it'll be put up on YouTube maybe a day or two later, so I'll keep an eye out for that one. Seen some great racing in this championship with these guys. Let's round it off with a belter tonight. Take a look at Callum at the moment, our provisional pole guy. Again guys, as you all know, 3 15-minute races for you on this final round. Let's get some more vodka down the old neck, eh? There's Chuck putting a nice 3 minute 38 in. Also King Monster on a 3:38, Paul on a 3:36, Metal on a 3:39 in this qualifying session. And Forgiven sticking a nice 3:42 in. Coming to the close now with this qualifying session before they start the first race. So Callum takes pole position from Wadru from Paul in third. Here we go everybody, first race. Ten cars on the grid for this one. And we're away. Oh, everyone off the line nice and clean. Callum gets a good start. Also Wadru and Paul in the mix. Molson not too far behind the King Monster. So Callum hangs onto that pole position. Oh, a little slide there by Callum. Keeps it on the tarmac. Everyone nice and close in these early stages of the first race. Wadru in second. I'm having a little battle back there. I think is Wilson and Paul. Down the straight, neck and neck between these two guys. Roger hanging on to that second place. Callum putting a bit of a lead out now. Roger not too far behind Callum there. There's Paul in third position. Jerry Smiles on the great little battle here with King Monster. King Monster has a look down the inside, down this straight. 670 mile an hour plus, neck and neck between these two guys. Good battle before this left-hander. Monster, Jerry Smiles is going to come out on top. I think King Monster's going to hold on to it. And he does. King Monster holds on to that fourth position from Jerry Smiles in fifth. Oh, big twitch there by Jerry Smiles. Chuck not too far behind. Oh, Jerry Smiles just picking up a slight penalty there. Nothing big, just a 0.5, so get rid of that one. Chuck not too far behind Jerry Smiles. Jerry Smiles having a look at Chuck. 3, 4, 5 cars in a great little battle here. Mid-pack. Quick look at front seats going off. Callum still hanging onto that lead from Roger in second. Paul in third. Here's the battle at the moment. We've got about 4 or 5 cars scrapping it out. There's Chuck and the great race hanging on to that fourth position from King Monster. Jerry Smiles also in the mix. Oh, lucky there for Chuck, and Chuck has a big spin. Unlucky there for Chuck, goes down to 10th position. There's Callum, got a nice 1.7 second lead now over Wadru in second, Paul in third. Bit of a gap now between third position and fourth. There's King Monster and Matt Elwood standing a little battle going off here for that fourth and fifth position. Raging at the moment is between 6th Molson, 7th Unforgiven and 8th Jerry Smiles. 3-car battle going off here. Keep your eyes on this one, guys. Hard on the brakes. Going over the start-finish lines now. Wilson pulling away a little bit from Jerry Smiles and Unforgiven. Take a look further back here, a little battle going off here between Hodgie and Chuck, 9th and 10th position. Oh, I thought Chuck was going to have a look down the inside there, but no, not this time. Hodgie hangs onto that 9th position from Chuck in 10th. Great little battle at the back here between these two. Chuck now really trying to get up to the booty. Hodgie to make a move on him is definitely close enough. Nothing between these two whatsoever. Chuck getting in the draft, goes down the outside. He's going to take a look at Hodgie. Yeah, I think he's going to pull it off, and he does, and Chuck moves off up into 9th position from Hodgie in 10th. But Hodgie's not giving up the ghost yet. He's right on the booty of Chuck. Now on the brakes for this right-hander. Yeah, and Chuck holds on to that 9th position. Back up front here, guys. Callum, a nice 1.6 second lead now over Wadru, with 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this first race. From Circuit de la Sarthe, there's Paul in third. Having a good race, doing his level best to catch up to Wadru. There's a couple of seconds between them two guys, but here's King Monster, Matt Elwood and Molson having a little battle. 3 cars in the mix for this one. Matt Elwood now catching up to King Monster in 4th. Nothing, 4 cars in the battle here, nothing between these guys whatsoever, less than a second between them. King Monster still hanging on to that 4th position. From Matt Elwood, is Matt Elwood going to be close enough in these next few corners to launch an attack? King Monster is definitely close enough. I thought Matt Elwood was going to take a look down the outside then, but not this time, and King Monster hangs on to that 4th place. Switched there by Matt Elwood. Bumper to bumper stuff between these 3 guys. Molson also in the mix, and Monster just picking up a slight penalty there. Soon getting rid of that one before they start finish straight. There's Matt Elwood and Molson having a little battle. Cars in the mix, so quick look a little further back. There's Unforgiven in 8th. Unforgiven now is getting chased down now by Chuck, just under 1.5 seconds between Unforgiven and Chuck. Back up front, so let's see what's happening. And Callum still hanging on to that 1st place. Got a nice 2.6 second lead now over Wadru in 2nd position. Just over 7 minutes remaining in this 1st race. There's Paul hanging on to 3rd. Paul's got a good lead now over his 4th place man Matt Elwood, 7.9 seconds. But the battle raging at the moment is between Molson, Monster, Jerry Smiles, 5th, 6th and 7th place. Nothing at all between these 3 guys trying to make an impression on Matt Elwood in 4th position. Monster having a look at Jerry Smiles. Neck and neck down this straight. 170 miles an hour plus 6 gear. Neck and neck between these 2 guys, nothing to call. Who's going to come out on top? Jerry Smiles is carrying a little penalty. Has King Monster got the line to take him? I think he does. And he does, and King Monster, great racing by him there, moves up into 6th position from Jerry Smiles in 7th, Unforgiven in 8th place. Callum pulling even further away now, just over nearly 3.5 second lead now on Wadru in 2nd place. Great racing there by Callum. Pulling away a little, there's Paul in 3rd. Closest guys on the track at the moment is between 6th and 7th. Oh, a little battle here between Matt Elwood and Molson, who's going to come out on top. Molson drives up into that 4th place, great racing there by Molson. Matt Elwood, Monster and Jerry Smiles. 4 cars on the right battle, but it's between Molson and Matt Elwood at the moment. He's on the right ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling along between these 2 guys. Molson 4th place. Nothing between these 4 guys, fantastic racing. So what we see is great battles on track. Oh, Monster goes for a dive and he pulls it off, great racing there by, oh, and Molson has a spin. Unlucky there for Molson. Molson drops down into 7th position. Oh, fantastic stuff here at the Circuit de la Sarthe. Jerry Smiles. Has he got him? Matt Elwood 5th place, not too far behind is King Monster, Wilson, Unforgiven. So guys, with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining this first race, Callum's got a nice nearly 4-second lead now over Rodru in second. Rodru's giving it everything he's got to chase down Callum to take this first race win. Comfy position there for Paul in third place, great racing there by Paul. Matt Elwood in 5th. Monster 6th place. Molson in 7th. Closest guys out on track at the moment is Unforgiven and Chuck, 8th and 9th position. Odgie in 10th. Chuck now looking to take that 8th place off Unforgiven. Almost bumper to bumper stuff. Chuck's giving it everything he's got to get right up the booty of Unforgiven. Can he get into the draft to make a move on him? He's definitely almost close enough. Right up the bumper. 180 mile an hour plus 6 gear. Hard on the acceleration, and Chuck makes a move and he gets through on Unforgiven. Unforgiven's not giving up yet. Great racing there by Chuck to take that 8th place from Unforgiven in 9th, Hodgie in 10th. Callum still hanging on to that lead. 3.2 seconds. So Rodru's reeling Callum in a little bit with 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this first race. Paul got a nice comfy lead there in 3rd. No pressure on Paul at the moment. There's Jerry Smiles in 4th. Matt Elwood and Monster. Can Monster get the booty down now to catch up to Matt Elwood? Just over a second between these two. Probably the closest battle on the track at the moment between Matt Elwood and Monster. These two guys, Wilson in 7th, right-hander, left-hander. Oh, big twitch there by Chuck, giving it everything he's got to catch up to Wilson to make a pass on him. A few more corners, I think Chuck's going to be close enough to make an assault onto Wilson. Down the straight before the left right-hander. Definitely in the draft now is Chuck on Molson. Definitely close enough to make a move. Chuck's giving it everything he's got. Molson hangs on to that 7th place. Great little battle between these two guys. So Callum with a 4-second lead now over Rodru in 2nd position. Paul in 3rd. Matt Elwood now chasing down Jerry Smiles. King Monster still in the mix there, chasing down these two. Well, little mistake between either Jerry Smiles and Matt Elwood, and King Monsters will be right in the mix. cars spread out at the moment. The Matt Elwood in 5th and Monster in 6th. It's the closest battle on the track at the moment. So guys, we'll go back up to 3rd position. See how Callum's doing. Increasing his lead just that little bit more. 4.3 second lead now over Audrew. Great racing here by Callum. Is he going to take this first run of the final round of this championship? No pressure on Callum, just to keep it nice and clean. Stick with Callum in these final stages. Time actually to have a quick look further back, and as we look a bit further back, and Matt Elwood and King Monster on the right, little battle and they connect between these two guys. Fantastic stuff. Matt Elwood hangs onto that 5th, or does he take him on the inside? Does Matt oh, he has a look. No, not quite this time. Monster's having a right good look at Matt Elwood here. Great little battle going off, but we're coming towards the end of the first race. And Callum brings it in 1st place. Great racing there by Callum to take the winner of the first race, followed very closely by Roger in 2nd. Paul's going to bring it home in 3rd. Yeah, and Paul brings it home in 3rd position. Great racing by him to take 3rd place. Looks like Jerry Smiles has gone on to that 4th position. Yep, Jerry Smiles brings it home in 4th. Great racing there by Jerry Smiles. Wilson takes a nice 5th spot. There's Wilson to bring it home in 5th. 6th is Chuck. And King Monster's going to have to get rid of that penalty, which he does, no problem, and brings it home in 7th place there for King Monster. Matt Elwood in 8th, Unforgiven and Hodgie. So congratulations there to Callum, taking victory in this first race of the final round of the championship. Well done to him. So Callum takes the win of the first race from the Circuit de la Sarthe, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and digitalmotorsports.com. 2 more races for you guys. Just a short break before starting the 2nd race. Few guys starting off on the medium tyres on this one. We've got time for another drink before the start of the 2nd race. I think we have. Hope everybody enjoyed the first race. Some cracking little battles going off in that first one, especially in the mid-pack section. Here we go guys, second race of 3 from Circuit de la South, the final round of the championship. Callum and Paul from Rodrigo Hall, Jerry Smiles, Molson, Chuck, Monster and that Elwood. Can Callum get a good start off the pole position for the second race? And we're away. Great start by everybody. And does Callum hang on to that first place? And he does, getting chased down now furiously by Paul. Paul springs up into second position. Great racing there by Paul to take that second spot off the start line. But Paul now is getting chased down by Molson in third place. So Molson must have had a good start there off the start line. Molson third, Matt Elwood, Rodrigo now getting chased down by Jerry Smiles. Bumper to bumper stuff here between Rodrigo and Jerry Smiles. Is Jerry Smiles going to make a move on Rodrigo? There's Paul making a move on that third place to take the second spot off Molson. Quick look up front, Callum Randall does that third, and looks like Paul's going to make a move, and he does, and Paul moves up into second position from Molson into third, getting chased down by Matt Elwood. in 4th place. Wadru, Jerry Smiles, Monster and Fat Kids in 8th place. Great racing here down the straight. Molson, fantastic racing here by Molson in that 2nd position. Oh, Molson goes off track just a little bit, and Matt Elwood takes advantage of that, and Matt Elwood moves up into 2nd from Molson. There's Molson in 3rd, Roger in 4th, and Jerry Smiles getting really good at right up the bumper now. Is Jerry Smiles on Wadru. Not quite close enough to make a move this time, but Fat Kids is going to make a move down the inside of Jerry Smiles, and he does, and Fat Kids moves up into 5th from Jerry Smiles in 6th, King Monster and Unforgiven. Fantastic racing in the 2nd race of 3 from Circuit de la South. Molson just hanging on to that 2nd place. Matt Elwood really giving it to Molson. There's Wadru in 4th place. Wadru now is really feeling the heat now from Fat Kids, Monster, Jerry Smiles and Unforgiven. About 6 cars in the battle here. Kids making a move on Roger, and he takes him down the outside. Someone going off a little bit wide there, not quite sure who that was. Roger goes down into 5th from Unforgiven, Jerry Smiles and Chuck. Out front now is Callum. Callum's got a nice 3.3 second lead now over Molson in 2nd. Molson's really feeling the heat now from Matt Elwood. And Fat Kids not too far behind either in 4th place over the start-finish straight. Looks like Matt Elwood's going to get right in the draft now as Molson is going to make a move on him. Matt Elwood's going to take a look down the outside. Does he take him? Oh, neck and neck between these two boys. Molson goes down to 4th place. 2nd is Matt Elwood. Matt Elwood is really feeling the heat now from Fat Kids in 3rd place. Molson in 4th. Wadru, Unforgiven, Jerry Smiles and Chuck. Great 3-car battle going off here at the moment where Callum pulls away in that 1st position. Nothing between Fat Kids and Matt Elwood. Fat Kids is going to take that low down the inside. I think he's got the line, and he does, and he takes in. Great racing here by Fat Kids taking that 2nd position. Molson now also in the battle with Matt Elwood. Good clean racing between these guys. Nothing between them, but it's clean. Matt Elwood, 3rd place. Chasing down Fat Kids. Let's take that 2nd position. Oh, I thought Matt Elwood was going to have a look down the inside there. No, not quite this time. So Fat Kids hangs on to that 2nd place. Matt Elwood, Monster, Molson, Roger, Forgiven, Jerry Smiles, Chuck. Quick look up front, see how Callum's doing. Callum's got a massive 5-second lead now over Fat Kids in 2nd place. Great racing there by Callum, pulling away from the pack. Molson getting into the draft of Matt Elwood. Is Molson going to be close enough to make a move? Molson off it down the outside of Matt Elwood, and he takes some great racing there by Molson to take that 3rd position from Matt Elwood, Wadru, Unforgiven, Jerry Smiles and Chuck. Fantastic clean racing between these guys in the second race. Wilson carrying a very light penalty there, 0.4 seconds. Metal would maybe try to take advantage of that, but yeah, Wilson's still carrying that penalty, so can Matt Elwood take advantage of that? Is he going to take that down maybe inside? Not this time. Nothing between these two guys. Wilson, Matt Elwood, bumper to bumper stuff. Matt Elwood's that close enough to Wilson. I think he's got a tailgate between these two guys. Great little battle going off. There's Roger in 5th. Jerry Smiles in 6th. Chuck 7th. Paul in 8th. I think Paul was getting rid of a little penalty there, which moves him down into 10th position. Unlucky there for Paul. Paul's a fast racer, so he's back up in the mix. Hodgie in 11th. So Paul now chasing down King Monster. Closest back on the track at the moment between Paul and King Monster. Ooh, big twinge there by King Monster. Gives chance for Paul to get a little bit closer to King Monster. Nothing between these two guys. Right up the booty now is Paul. Is he going to make a move on him down the straight? 175 mile an hour plus 6 gear. There's Roger Molson on a little battle. Oh, Molson goes off track onto the brown stuff. Unlucky there for Molson. But Molson hangs on to that 6th place. There's Unforgiven. Unforgiven now is feeling it from Chuck. And not too far behind is Paul. Oh, Paul and King Monster neck to neck down the straight. That's King Monster. King Monster going to get the line ends. He's going to back off and keep it nice and clean. Oh, neck and neck between the two guys. Fantastic stuff. And King Monster just manages to hang on to that 9th position. Great battle between these two guys for 9th and 10th place. Hodgie 11th. Paul taking a look down the inside of Monster, and he takes him. Good racing there by Paul. Oh, lucky there for Paul. Goes onto the brown stuff and loses that 9th place from King Monster. Lucky there for Paul. Look back and look at front with just over 5 minutes remaining in the second race from Second to the South. And Callum. There's Fat Kids in 2nd position. Making an impression onto Callum. Just 3.5 seconds between them two guys. Matt Elwood, Rodri. There's Molson in 5th. Molson's under pressure now from a couple of racers, Jerry Smiles and Unforgiven. We're not too far behind is Chuck. Molson's still hanging on in there. Jerry Smiles is just 1.2 seconds behind Molson. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the second race. Keep back look at front, see how Callum's doing. Callum's still got a nice 3.5 second lead nearly. The Fat Kids in second, there's Matt Elwood in third, great racing there by Matt Elwood in that third position. Matt Elwood now is getting chased down by Wadru in fourth place. Wilson in fifth. Great little battle going off here between Jerry Smiles and Unforgiven. Nothing at all between these two. Unforgiven's really giving it everything he's got. Really trying to keep up the booty of Jerry Smiles to make a move on him. He's Unforgiven doing the twist just to make a move on him. Hard on the power. Down the straight. Right up in the draft is Unforgiven. Unforgiven goes down the outside of Jerry Smiles. Hard on the brakes, third gear. And he takes in. Great racing there by Unforgiven to take that 6th place from Jerry Smiles and Chuck in 8th place. So fantastic racing there by Unforgiven to take that 6th position. There's Chuck in 8th. King Monster in 9th. 10th is Paul. Just a second behind now is Paul and King Monster and Podgy in 11th. Let's see how Callum's getting on. Oh, and Fat Kids is really caught up now to Callum. Less than a second between these two guys, and Fat Kids is really on the ball. Chasing down Callum. As Fat Kids got the power underneath that bonnet to make an impression on Callum, is definitely caught right up to him. Callum now really feeling the pressure, and Callum's carrying a slight penalty. Can Fat Kids make an impression on Callum with that little penalty he's carrying? Just 1 minute and 4 seconds remains. Second race of 3 from second to the south. Callum's sliding onto that first place, but Fat Kids is not too far behind. Matt Elwood in third, followed by Wadru in fourth, Molson in fifth, Jerry Smiles in sixth, there's Chuck in seventh, 8th King Monster, Paul and Podgy. Unforgiven now giving it everything he's got to try and get past Chuck. Neck and neck between these two guys before this right-hander, and he takes him. Does he hang on to it? And he does. Great racing there by Unforgiven to take that 7th place from Chuck and King Monster. So Unforgiven 7th place. Unforgiven now chasing down Chuck, just 1.5 seconds between these two guys. Back up at front, see what's happening. Oh, and Fat Kid now is right at the booty of Callum, right in his draft. But Fat Kid is carrying a slight penalty, not bothering too much at the moment. Is he going to make a move on him? He's taking a look. His Fat Kid's going for it, and he does. Fantastic racing there by Fat Kids to take that first place off Callum. Fat Kid's really going for it now. From Callum in second place. There's Roger in fourth. Wilson fifth. Jerry Smiles. Unforgiven hanging on to that seventh place. Not too far behind him is Chucking King Monster. Battle on the track at the moment between King Monster and Paul. Paul takes a look at King Monster. Is he going to take him? Oh, neck and neck between these two. I think he does. And he does. And Paul moves up into ninth place from King Monster in 10th. Great racing between these two guys. And a great overtake there by Paul to take that ninth position from King Monster. King Monster not giving it the ghost yet, really piling it onto Paul still. Not giving up on Paul just yet. Oh, neck and neck between these two still. Paul hangs on to ninth place. King Monster 10th. Anybody's race between these two guys, but coming to the closing stages guys of the second race. So back up front with Fat Kids. Still hanging on to that first place. And he takes the win. Fat Kid takes the win. Great racing by him, by Callum in second. Matt Elwood's going to bring it home in third place. Followed by, not too far behind, is Roger in fourth. Looks like Molson going to take that fifth position. Great racing there by Molson to take fifth. And he does. But Jerry Sparrows and Unforgiven in his closing stages of the second race, having a little battle. Jerry Smiles is just going to bring it home from Unforgiven. Chuck, Paul, Monster and Hodgie. So fantastic racing there, everybody, in this second race of 3, and great win there for Fat Kids. Just taking Callum in them final stages of the second race. So guys, one more race to go. Third and final race of the championship. minutes, guys, before the start of the third and final race. Here we go, everybody, third and final race. So it's reverse grid for this one. Hodgie takes pole position from Monster, Paul, Chuck, Unforgiven, James Smiles, Molson, Rodrew, etc, etc. Waiting for the lights. And we're away. Great start there by Paul to take that pole position from Hodgie. Paul looks like he's really on fire for this one to take the third and final race in the championship. Everybody's so close for this one. Molson in second place, getting chased down by King Monster in third, with Roger in fourth. Roger's feeling the pressure now from Callum Unforgiven, Hodgie and Jerry Smiles. Roger in fourth, Callum in fifth. Callum's giving it everything he's got to get past Roger to take that fourth position. Down the straight, let's have a quick look at front, there's Paul. Molson just hanging on to that second place. Bottom of the track at the moment though between King Monster and Roger, and also in the mix is Callum Unforgiven, Jerry Smiles and Hodgie. All very tight round that section, but all nice and clean, good racing between these guys. All good friends. King Monster hang on to second, followed by Callum in third place. Looks like Callum's going to make a move on King Monster. Takes a look down the inside and just Callum taking off. I think he does. Callum moves up into second place from Rodrew. King Monster in fourth. Great racing there by Callum to take that second position, but Rodrew not giving up on Callum yet. Right up the bumper is Roger and Callum, and he's almost taking up between these three guys. King Monster also in the mix. Molson in fifth. Does he hang on to it? And he does. Or does he? Oh, really tight round that section, but King Monster moves up into second place. Great racing there by King Monster to take that second position. From third is Callum. Rodrew and Molson, Unforgiven, Jerry Smiles and Fat Kids. Loads of cars in the mix here. Where do we look? Let's have a look at these guys here. Really tight here, but really clean stuff. Paul hangs on to that first place. Callum moves down a few positions there. There's a little twinge on that corner, which moves him down into 8th position. Paul hangs on to that first place. Great racing there by Paul. 2 second lead now over King Monster in second. So very, very close to it by Wadru in third place. But the battle on the track at the moment between Wilson, Fat Kids, Jerry Smiles, Unforgiven and Karen. Absolutely nothing whatsoever between these guys. Goes a little bit wide there, does Molson, but keeps it on. Really the pressure now is Molson from Fat Kids. Keeps it nice and clean around this section. And he takes him and get racing there by Fat Kids to take that 4th place from Jerry Smiles in 5th, Russell in 5th place. Really close battles going off here, guys. Who knows what's going off? I ain't got a frigging clue. Here we go. Great camera shot there. Molson hanging onto that 5th place. Getting chased down now. There's Callum in 7th. Unforgiven and Matt Elwood. Big battles all over the place here. Chuck in 10th. Audrey in 11th, but back a look at front, see what's happening. Paul really pulling away now from the pack with a 3.7 second lead now over Roger in second. Great racing there by Paul. Roger carrying a slight penalty and chased down by King Monster. Is King Monster going to be close enough to make a move onto Roger to take that second place with Roger carrying that slight penalty? Hard on the brakes before the left right hander. Nothing between these two guys, but further back in the mid-pack we have got Fat Kids in 4th, Jerry Smiles, Molson, Callum and Unforgiven in the mix. Anybody's race between 4th and 8th place in his 3rd and final race with 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in his 3rd and final race. And Fat Kids just hangs on just there from Molson, Jerry Smiles, Callum, Unforgiven. Nothing whatsoever is Molson going to take a look at Fat Kids. John will take a look down the outside. Is Molson. Is he going to take him now? He's going to take a look down the inside. Not quite this time. Jerry Smiles is also in the mix there. Got 4 cars having a right little battle here. Jerry Smiles, Molson, Callum, Unforgiven. Four cars having a right good battle. Nothing between these 4 guys whatsoever. I don't know what it is about the 3rd and final race, but everyone's really going for it on this one. Wilson getting chased down by Callum now. Absolutely nothing between these 4 guys whatsoever. Jerry Smiles hangs on to it. Wilson goes a little bit wide back to that 7th place, getting chased down by Unforgiven and Matt Elwood. Back at front, see how Paul's doing. Paul's got a nice 4.7 second lead now in that 1st place from Roger in 2nd place now, but Roger's really feeling it from Monster. Monster's not too far behind Wardrew to take that second position. Jerry Smiles in fourth. Great little battle going off here between Fat Kids and Wilson. Fat Kids going to the sixth, Wilson to seventh place. There's Callum in fifth. Neck and neck between Fat Kids and Wilson. Anybody's race. Also the Nick is Unforgiven, Matt Elwood. Fat Kids going into the green stuff just a little bit there. At the battle of the track at the moment between Wilson and Fat Kids. This Fat Kids taking, no he doesn't remember, Wilson just hangs on to that tick place there. Got Wilson there by Wilson and Fat Kids. Matt Elwood not too far behind either. Matt Elwood now getting chased down by Unforgiven in the draft of Matt Elwood. He's going to be close to the front, Unforgiven to make a move before he's left hander. And he goes for the move, just Unforgiven, oh not quite this time. Doing his level best as Unforgiven to put Matt Elwood off. Great racing here between 8th and 9th place, Matt Elwood and Unforgiven. There's Wilson in 7th, Wilson's up down the inside of Fat Kids. Does he take him? I think he does. Yeah, great racing there by Wilson. Wilson moves up into 6th position from Fat Kids down in 7th. Matt Elwood and Unforgiven. Down the right, ding-a-ling-a-ling long. Come on guys, this is what I want to see. Third and final race, give everything you've got. Here we go, neck and neck down the straight here between Matt Elwood and Unforgiven. Nothing whatsoever between these two. Oh. Unforgiven cuts across there. Great racing there by Unforgiven, tying onto that 8th position from Matt Elwood in 9th and not too far behind his Chuck. Fantastic stuff. Jerry Smiles, Wilson, Fat Kids, Unforgiven, Matt Elwood. Not too far behind his Chuck. Quick look up front here, see how Paul's going off. Paul's got a nice, just over 2.5 second lead now is Paul. Great racing here by Paul, 3 second lead over now over Wardrew in 2nd place. King Monster in 3rd, there's Callum in 4th doing his level best to chase down King Monster. Jerry Smiles in 5th, Wilson, Fat Kids. Oh, great battle in between Matt Elwood and Unforgiven. And does he take it on Matt Elwood, moves up in the 8th place, but does, oh I thought Unforgiven there was going to have a look down the inside, not this time. Great racing there by Matt Elwood to take Unforgiven to the 8th position. Unforgiven's not giving up yet, almost neck and neck between these two guys before the right hander. 150 mile an hour plus Unforgiven. Oh, I think he's going to take it well. Great pass there by Unforgiven to take that 7th position. A little slide there by Unforgiven, keeps it on track there. Oh, Unforgiven's really feeling the pressure now from Fat Kids and Matt Elwood. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd and final race from 2nd to the south. What a race this is, 3rd and final race. Always brings out the best in these guys. There's 7th, Unforgiven. Just managing to hang on now from Fat Kids. But Matt Elwood's is going to take Matt Elwood, going to take a look at Fat Kids. Looks like Fat Kids is going to make a move on Unforgiven, and he does. Fat Kids moves up into 7th place from Matt Elwood, Unforgiven. There's Chuck in 10th, Hodge in 11th. Alright, battle going off here between Matt Elwood and Unforgiven. Fantastic stuff. Who needs BBC One when you've got racing like this, guys? Forget your East Enders, this is what it's all about. So, Fat Kids in 7th, followed by Matt Elwood very close in 8th, Unforgiven and Chuck. Fat Kids goes a little bit wide there. Does Matt Elwood going to get close enough to make an impression on him now? Right up the bumper is Matt Elwood. On Fat Kids taking a look down the inside is Matt Elwood and Fat Kids. There's Molson in 6th, Matt Elwood in 7th. Oh, a great racing there by Matt Elwood down into that 7th position. From Fat Kids and Unforgiven in 9th place. Quick look at foot, see what's happening. We're just at 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining in this first race. Great racing there by Paul. Excuse me. Is he going to take this third and final win of the season? Paul in first place, just got a 2-second lead now over Wadrow. King Monster and Callum on a little bit of battle. Oh, almost looking at between them two guys, and King Monster just hangs on to Callum. For that 4th place, Jerry Smiles, Molson, Fat Kids and Matt Elwood. Callum now trying to make a move on King Monster before the left-hander hard onto the brake, 6th gear, 170 mile an hour plus. Callum in 3rd, Monster in 4th. Well, battle's going off all over the place here on this 3rd and final race of the season. Let's have a look with Paul. Great racing here by Paul in that 1st place. And a lap to go now though, but Paul's getting chased down by Wadrow in 2nd. 3rd place is Callum now. 4th is King Monster. Jerry Smiles now really feeling the heat of Jerry Smiles from Molson. Molson's going to be definitely close enough in these next few corners to make a move on Jerry Smiles. Almost bumper to bumper stuff between these two guys, 0.235 seconds between them, nothing at all between them two guys. Jerry Smiles and Molson. Great little battle going off here. There's Matt Elwood in 7th, Fat Kids down to 8th, Unforgiven in 9th, Chuck and Hodgie. There's Paul having a fantastic race in 1st place is Paul. Wadrow's getting a little bit closer now to Paul. A few more corners will Paul be feeling the heat from Wadrow in 2nd place. We'll get with these guys a little bit later on. There's 3rd place is Callum, King Monster in 4th. Jerry Smiles and Wilson in a little battle. Nothing between 5th and 6th, Jerry Smiles and Wilson. Nothing whatsoever between these two guys. Oh, Molson's going to look down the inside and he takes a great pass there by Molson and Jerry Smiles. He takes 5th position. Hard on the brakes on him, does he keep it? And he does. Fantastic racing there by Molson. Oh, big twitch there by Jerry Smiles. Keeps it on the tarmac, not too far behind with Matt Elwood and Fat Kids. Oh, where do we look guys? Battles off all over the place here. There's Unforgiven in 9th. There's Chuck. So Paul now. Oh, Paul's really under pressure now from Wadrow. Is Wadrow going to take that down the inside and he does, and Wadrow takes 1st position from Paul. Oh, almost necking it between these two, 1st and 2nd, Wadrow and Paul. As Paul got the beans to take Wadrow in these final stages of the 3rd and final race from 2nd to the south. Wadrow 1st, Paul 2nd, not too far behind is Callum also in the mix. Callum's 4.6 seconds behind Paul. These two guys up front. Wadrow, Paul, Can Paul get close enough to Wadru to take him in these final stages of this third and final race? And Wadru takes the win from Paul in second. Great racing there, great win by Wadru. Callum takes third. King Monster's going to bring it home in fourth place, not too far behind is Matt Elwood, Mulson, Jerry Smiles and Fat Kids. Unforgiveness going to bring it home in ninth, Chuck and Hodgie. So great racing there in the final stages between Wadru and Paul, and Wadru takes the victory from Paul, Callum, King Monster, Matt Elwood, Mulson, Jerry Smiles and Fat Kids. So great racing there and a great win from Wadru in his third and final race. So congratulations there to Wadru. Great racing by him and a great battle between him and Paul. There you go guys, so we'll see you for the next championship. Hope you enjoy tonight's races and thank you very much.